Hi and welcome to Scott's Inverts. I'm Scott, these are the Inverts, and today we're looking at the Megaphobema robustum. Absolutely gorgeous spider, absolutely amazing genus as it goes. We've got the robustum, we've got the mesmerellus. So today we're looking at the robustum, which is the Colombian giant tarantula or the Colombian red-legged tarantula. Now, going off those common names, you can kind of guess where this tarantula is from. So they're from the tropical areas of Colombia, so the tropical rainforests and such like. So with that in mind, we need to create that kind of humidity levels in our enclosure. They grow between 5 to 8 inches. The males tend to stay around 5 inches and will mature at around 2 years of age and live up to 5. The females can live up to 15. I have heard reports of one individual living up to 20 years, but those guys will take up to 5 years to mature. They're an opportunistic burrower. So what that means is they like to either use structure to go underneath, so logs, small branches, so they'll go underneath those to make a little burrow, and that's where they'll spend their home, or make their home rather. But they're absolutely stunningly beautiful. So with all those factors in mind, let's take a look at the setup and see how we're going to recreate that here. So we are starting off with a 30 by 30 by 30 and glass enclosure, putting these clay balls in the bottom. They're BioLife clay balls. What they will do is act as a drainage layer. They will hold the water and slowly release it back through the soil, increasing humidity. Also, these BioLife balls have a huge surface area, so that allows bacteria to grow on them, the good bacteria. And we've got the hydro fleece just going in now, which that separates the clay balls, to separate the water collection area away from the soil. What I will do is give this a good spray down, so it just helps to keep it nice and low. As you can see, tries to get rid of some of those folds in it as well. The soft hydro fleece, this white one, is really soft, so if the spider does burrow down to it, it's not going to damage itself. So now what we're going to do is add the soil. I want it slightly higher at the back than the front, and this soil is actually Levington's topsoil, 50-50 with Koya. We're going to just keep spraying it as we put it through. So every time we chuck a layer in, we'll give it a nice little spray down. Again, just thinking about those humidity layers inside the enclosure and trying to keep them nice and high. And what we'll do is we'll actually fill it all the way up to the very brim where that metal vent is. We're going to fill it right up to there, and then obviously raise it towards the back. So boom, there we go, it's done. All the soil's in. We're now going to be adding a bit of cork bark to that top left hand corner to act as a hide. Oh, this is a really easy way to clean the glass down when you've got soil all over it. Just spray it with water and it comes straight off and straight down. And then give all these substrate and a quick spraying over, and you're all good to go. So next up is that piece of cork bark. Remember, these are an opportunistic burrower, so that's exactly where it's going to be burrowing. They're only shallow burrowing, so it probably will just sit underneath there, and that will be completely fine. But next up, we have a good clump of moss to go in. That again helps with those humidity levels. It's also a nice little area for your isopods, so your springtails will love to be sitting in that moss and reproducing. Okay, so towards the back, what also aids with the humidity and aids with the bioactive enclosure is obviously your plants. So these are a type of grass. We got these out of a place called the Range. I went for the grass, quite thick-leaved grass, purely because if they overgrow, you can cut them right back without having to worry about killing the plant off. So we can actually cut these down by half if we wish to. At the moment, I am just going to leave them that size because I think it'll look really cool. So with all that root system going in there as well, that all aids to your humidity, all aids to helping with the bioactive enclosure build. I'm hoping the spider will feel a bit more comfortable with some edging around as well. So in between where we got the grass hopefully he'll come out and hunt around that area. But don't be too fussy, they don't have to be planted absolutely perfect. As long as they're in and the roots are all covered up, we're all good to go. So now we're going to add the final plant just to the side, to the front. Absolutely awesome. Just make sure all the top of the soil is quite loose. And then we are going to be going for some leaf litter. So what we've got here is dried oak leaves, dried moss, and some orchid bark to spread across the whole of the top to make that spider feel more at home, more like he's in the Colombian rainforest. Plus the moss, the leaves and the orchid bark all retain moisture, so they will aid with humidity as well. Plus it looks really cool, if you ask me. It really does look like we've took a bit of his environment and put it in our house. But that's all orchid bark going back towards those plants, just to help keep that humidity levels up around the plants as well. I do really like that chunk of moss on top of the hide. I think that looks really, really good, to be honest. But yeah, awesome stuff. Bit more orchid bark going in there. We also need to get some springtails. So I've attacked, what I did was attack my other bioactive setup. I'll keep 4 or 5 pieces of hardwood in there ready. And what those 4 or 5 pieces of hardwood do is accumulate springtails by the hundreds. And then all I need to do is pull those 2 pieces out and tap them into the enclosure to add some more springtails. So we're adding a bit more moss now, again to keep those humidity levels high and to make it a bit more like a forest floor. It's really taking shape now. Absolutely awesome stuff. So guys, we have the all important water dish. Every single enclosure that you do should have a water dish. I even got one in with my assassin bugs, although I have seen the assassin bugs drink water from the side. So we're topping it up. Bioactive enclosure, so all this water that's going in now is dechlorinated fish tank water. You can just use straight dechlorinated water. So if you get a dechlorinator, add it to the water as to his instructions on the side of the bottle to take out all the nasties. So what I do is I'll do my water the night before, so it gives it more than enough time for everything to come out, and it's all good to go, ready for these enclosures. What I found in the past is by using chlorinated water straight from the tap, it's killed my moss off, and it's also killed my springtails off pretty quick. So I really just try and avoid it and use what we've got right now. And here she is, the Megaphobema robustum. What a spider. So guys, that was the Colombian red-legged tarantula, the Megaphobema robustum. Absolutely stunning species. And as I said at the start, the whole genus is beautiful. Those clay balls and hydrophilies, if you pop over to livefoodsforyou.co.uk, you can purchase those there. Put Scottainverts in for a cheeky little discount across the whole of their website. I am pretty chuffed to have this one in the collection. I feel very privileged to have the robustum. We've actually got the mesmerellis as well, so that one will be coming up in another video pretty soon. And as always guys, Thank you so much for watching. Really do appreciate your time. Please remember, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, drop me a comment down below, come say hello, and we shall see you again on the next one.